The origin of the alphabet can be traced back to ancient times, a time when hieroglyphics were used. Hieroglyphics were pictures or symbols used to communicate words or phrases. They were used between the time of 1850 to 1700 BC. Along with the hieroglyphics, Mesopotamian cuneiform was used, but it wasn't widely used as well as the hieroglyphics. It was during this time that Semitic travelers came to Egypt and made an adaptation of the hieroglyphics into their own language. These Semitic travelers turned these hieroglyphics into what was known as the first alphabet, also known as abjads. It was known also as a Semitic language, and this happened all in the second millennium. In the 8th century, Greek got a hold of the alphabet. When Greece got a hold of the alphabet, they started making enhancements to it, and this became known as the first true alphabet. Back before the Greeks got a hold of it, vowels and consonants weren't really used, and they were just kind of set aside. Like hieroglyphics, they only had one syllable. When the Greek made their enhancements to it, vowels and consonants were created equal, and there was more than one syllable present. The Greek letters were the same as the Phoenician letters in the Phoenician alphabet, except Greek used consonants, vowels, and syllables, whereas the Phoenician, Egyptian, and Hebrew alphabet did not. When the alphabet came to America, it was a mix between Latin and the Greek alphabet. Latins were also known as Romans or Western Greeks. They used the alphabet in terms of Old English, or which originally came Old English when the turn of Christianity came. Their C, K, and Q could sound like a G, because that's how they interpreted it. The Romans and the Greek wrote the alphabet from right to left, unlike we use it today, left to right. So when used back then, when writing, they would write their letters backwards in some cases, but transferred from left to right, where now we write it differently. It wasn't until the 6th century that the Anglo-Saxons started using the Roman language, or the Roman alphabet, otherwise known, to use Old English when Augustine came to the throne. During this time, the alphabet letters and sounds were put together. When W and P, they figured out which words went with which letter. Then as time evolved, we began to figure out how to spell the words and sound them out at the same time. Like when you said would or she, they would put the letters with the sound. It was in the 15th century that vowels actually got named. Which letter in the alphabet was a vowel, like A, E, I, O, and U. But they weren't fully accepted into society until the 17th century. From then we made a huge transgression. Today, in American schools, the alphabet used among us is a mix between Greek and Latin. And it is used between public and private. In some private institutions, though, they still use an alphabet that contains Phoenician letters. But mainly, it's the Greek and Greek and Latin alphabet. And that is the origination of the alphabet.